everybody. This is L Scorpio coming at you from This and That Presents, bringing you a review of one of my all-time favorite first-person shooters, PowerSlave, also known as Exhumed overseas. I'm currently playing the one on Xbox Series X, known as PowerSlave Exhumed, the remaster. The first time I ever played this game was on the Sega Saturn back in 1996, developed by Lobotomy Software. They did put it on the PlayStation 1, but I did not have a PlayStation 1 at the time. Nor have I ever owned one of those. Do have a 2, 3, and 4 though. Now, let's talk about this game. So, I was young. At the time of release, I was probably 13 years old when this game launched. Getting into first-person shooters, Doom just came out, Wolfenstein, but those were on PC and I didn't have access to those. The very first-person shooter I ever played was Zero Tolerance on the Sega Genesis. And I do see it's on Xbox One, so I have to buy that bundle so I could go ahead and play some Zero Tolerance again, which would be great for me, because I love that game and I loved how everybody died. And then once they died, you had to go into another Special Forces person until you lose all the Special Forces people on your team. But okay, enough of that. Let's talk about PowerSlave. It takes place in ancient Egypt. You're going through getting the elements of, the earth element, the time element, fire element. And it actually is not level per level, because you could go back from level to level. And it has platforming. So you're able to go from one level to the next, kind of like it's a first-person shooter, Metrovania type game. You unlock new powers, you go back to a previous stage, now you're able to jump higher. You're able to hold your breath underwater. So then you could go underwater and explore realms that are an area of the map that you can explore. And it plays that way. And as soon as you unlock it, every time you find this little camel, it allows you to travel and opens up the map, and then you can travel to where you want to go. So of course you beat the game. And that's the fun part of it. So talking about this version, this is perfect. I love it. It's fast. It moves smooth. 60, 120 frames per second, whatever they have it at. But it's smooth and feels right on the Xbox controller. And it's one of my all-time favorite games. I mean, look at it. It's just... They take a mashup of the Saturn version, the American and the UK version, where you don't have ammo and health packs. You actually get orbs and energy for ammo, and that's when you destroy bases or you kill an enemy. They drop a blue orb. You go over it, pick it up, and that gives you back your energy for your ammo. Same thing for health. They included the crabs and the scorpions, and then there was. I believe it was the crabs on the Saturn, Scorpion on the PlayStation version, but they just put them both in on this game. And then, if you like the old school first person shooters, Quake, Doom, Unreal, old Shadowrun, Duke Nukem, you will love this game. That's all you can say about it. It's different in its settings. You are fighting ancient pharaoh, ancient Egyptian. You're working with Ramesses. You're fighting jackal-headed monsters. And that's their set of enemies. And the ability to backtrack and unlock new secrets was great as well. And it'll also be one of the first ones I've ever played. I mean, it was this, it was Zero Tolerance, then this. And I was so happy when I seen that they released it on Xbox One. It was only $19.99 at the time, so I had to pick it up. I was like, I need this game. I need it. And so I got it. And I've been playing through it and loving this game. Fantastic buy. Fans of the old school generation there's nothing wrong with this game. Level design is great. Going back and forth is great. It's easy to maneuver. The map is easy to understand. It's not a maze-like game as the old Wolfensteins would be, or the very first Wolfenstein, where it's just like a big maze and you get lost as you're trying to run around, figure things out. You know, you hit LB, map pops up. Go through, easy to find. If you can't jump that high, then you know, hey, I got to go unlock another power on a different stage. Unlock it, boom, now you can jump higher. Or if you can't jump as far, gotta hit another stage, unlock it. Oh, it's too far underwater, go to the other stage, beat it, unlock it, and get the ability to breathe underwater. It's an artifact. Each artifact gives you different abilities. So that's what this game is. Back and forth. Excellent first person skills. Weaponry is fun. I mean, revolver's okay, but I'm more about the automatic machine gun. Easy to aim. You know, you strafing, fast forward, you know, side to side, beautiful jump. This left trigger works perfectly. Then you're gonna have what is it? Other than that, lighting effects are great. It looks beautiful. All up-res. Remastered for modern day systems. The pixel, it's still 3D element with pixelated enemies. Perfectly fine. A lot of older games were like that. Not until Quake were the enemies actually full 3D. So then you have that. Let's see what else is there to play. I mean, there's not much more to discuss other than that. You know, graphics are beautiful. As you can see, gameplay is fast and fun. A lot of newer first-person shooters might not like it. It's not a linear-based campaign. There's no aim-down sights with every ability, or every gun needs to aim down sights. You shoot from the hip. You move fast. And perfectly for people of my age, my generation, that grew up on these type of first-person shooters. Perfect. If you're able to get it on sale, get it. Enjoy it. You'll enjoy like Hexen or Heretic or I mean that's pretty much all there is to say about this game. It is one of the greatest first-person shooters of its generation. Do I like it better than Doom? Hell yes, but I played it first, so it's more special in my heart. But you know, Doom had more access to it. And Doom had more iterations, more variations, more Ultimate Doom, you know, Doom 2, which were all great. But my favorite thing about this game is your power-ups. That was the thing. Kind of set it apart for its time at its release. And there might have been some other ones on PC that I didn't play. Remember, I was a kid and I had a Sega Saturn. All I had. And I loved it. I played the hell out of this game. I played the hell out of Quake on the Sega Saturn. That's why Quake is also one of my all-time favorite first-person shooters as well. Using the Saturn D-pad and then the little shoulder buttons to strap side to side. And on the Saturn, you didn't have to aim, so it like auto aim for you. This one, you do have to aim. So it made it easier to play that game. I mean, there was no analog sticks back in those days. But that being said, $19.99, it's definitely worth $20. You find it on sale, definitely get it. They put it on Game Pass, hell yes, play it. PowerSlave is a perfect example of what great first-person shooters were before the 2000s. And the fact that they put it on the PlayStation 1, the Sega Saturn, when most of those older generation systems were having a hard time playing these type of games. I mean, the Saturn did a great port of Quake, it did a great port of this, and a great port of Duke Nukem. And Lobotomy Software was excellent in putting those games on the Saturn, because they did this, they did Quake, and they had their own, I think it was called the Power Driver engine, Power something engine, and that's what they used. And they did a hell of a job. So this game, for all intents and purposes, for what it is, what it's aimed to do, is perfect. I give PowerSlave Exhumed a 10 out of 10.